Greetings, good morning to everybody. This is the Pit Stop. I'm John Hill, and I'll be reading the news for you today, catch you up on everything. We still have, hold on here. Okay. Okay, here we go. We still have Shaun Cole here via my phone. He's on speakerphone.
Hi, everybody.
Shaun says hi. I'm sure you heard that. So let's get into it. I'm all excited again. Had a long drive to get out here just to keep you guys happy and to relay the news. First story of the day. Riza Studios is coming out with a new version for their game, their sim, and they're adding drift mode and Super F Dirt, whatever that is. I have no idea. But if you're into Riza, it's coming. It's not quite here yet, but it's coming. All right, next story. WRC, their competition continues. This time they're going to Mexico. And if you're into this, check it out. Be part of it. I still have yet to get that game, but I will. I love rally games. Anyway, next story. Now, we're still talking about this, the Isle of Man, and it looks like they're adding sidecars, and they're adding them for free. And this is coming up in May. So if you can hold your horses till then, might as well just get the game and just play it. And then by the time you get a little bored, the sidecar will be available. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the comments. Super F Dirt. Yeah, I have no idea what Super F Dirt is. Okay, here's another screenshot from Dakar. Boy, I am so excited. No, I'll probably get this too. Hopefully it's going to be a great game, but it's another teaser. And what is this? This is Argentina. So expect a lot more open air places. Boy, that's a great comment. Race Department has got something to tell you. If you go to their site or through Twitter, they have that interview that was done live yesterday with the head guys from Assetto Corsa Competizione, and they've got the replay of it. So if you missed it, go check it out. It gives you all the details that you might want to know about their upcoming new game. By the way, I think iRacing is a little... We'll talk about that later about that. This is a professional simulation called Base Performance Simulation. It's in England. It's close to the Silverstone track. And this is, I don't know Johnny Adams, but he's a professional racer. And he explains in this video why simulators can be used to make you better. Everybody now seems to be accepting the idea of simulators as the way to get faster in real competition. And more power to them. Just another thing that says, us gamer geeks, us sim racing gamer geeks are no longer considered a joke by many. They're looking to us to see what we do to get better too. Let's see what else is in this. Okay. Oh, I think we got the idea. Next story. Now this is pretty cool. They're selling Next Level Racing GT Ultimate V2 Simulator Cockpit, gaming chair recliner, whatever, the whole thing, even their Next Level motion platform, through Dell, at Dell's site. So this is a big deal. It just goes to show that sim racing is being accepted as a product. Oh, look, their automatic chat comes in and says, need help? No, I don't. I'm not going to buy it at this moment. But it's a big deal. Next story. Esports. We're talking about, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, this is the last guy that has been added to Fernando Alonso's sim racing team. and his name is Fernando. Well, they say Perpy. That's his nickname, but Perpinian. Fernando Perpinian. I don't know. But anyway, he's now part of the team, and this link will show you the interview with him. He's answering questions here, and I'm sure he looks very happy. Very happy. Can you imagine going from being a really badass sim racer and now you're going to perhaps become a professional because of it? So I think that's a real genuine smile right there, don't you? Okay, I should have put this to the beginning of it. This is part of Sim Racing Observer, Week 13 Write-Up, Part 2. And again, all of these stories the links are on the Simpit main webpage, and you can check them out. But there's Lando Norris, who races on iRacing, and farther down here's Glenn McGee talking about it. And Glenn's a great guy. I got to meet him a couple times in person at Laguna Seca, and I wish him the best of luck. What track is that? What track do you think that is, Shaun?
I can't see it yet.
Oh,
I'm on a delay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot. It's got a delay for everybody else. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Guess or no? Let me look at the comments here. Okay. This is on the Rockstar Sim site, Rockstar Games, and they're having competitions now with GTA Online. And you can win points, I guess, credits for GTA to get discounts and whatnot. And here's some of their cars. So even Grand Theft Auto is having racing competitions. Where do you get the time to do all this stuff then? Okay, this is only for the geeks out there. This is Tech Power Up. It came from them. And it's the leaked benchmarks of AMD's new Ryzen 7 2000 processor. So you can actually compare this to the other brands of processors. So, yeah, if you're into it, check it out. Simbim is still working hard on GTR 3. It's going to be soon, but they're working on it. And I think Simbim is probably getting new fans every day. And this is their way of keeping in touch with their fans. Okay, next story. Oh, Bill Gates. We were talking about this 959 that was in one of the games yesterday. And Bill Gates owns this one that is pictured. And he was responsible for changing a rule that said, if you don't drive it too much on public roads, even though it doesn't fit all of the federal standards, we'll let you get by with it because we know it's not going to be a daily driver and you're basically doing it for show, and it's good for a lot of reasons, I guess. But that's his car, and wait a minute, which one is his, the white one or the red one? I think it's the red one. Well, anyway, it looks great. I wish I had one. I had an old ZR1, a 1980, and it's really good if you have a lot of money and you don't intend to drive it a lot, because it wasn't great driving around town. The air conditioning barely kept up and things like that. Next story. Oh, I showed this to Shaun. Uber. Self-driving trucks are making deliveries in Arizona. They did their first big delivery was months ago, and it was full of beer. But they're on the road right now, and this video, they still have a guy in the truck for now. I guess they're still in the testing case. Oh, here is more of that story with the beer. That was back in 2016, so it was more than a few months ago. and that was 2,000 cases of Budweiser, because if there was an accident and the truck rolled and spilled the Budweiser, it wouldn't be a big loss. Anyway, so it's coming. So maybe your truck driving school dollars are going to go to waste. But the transition will happen eventually, and this should not make truck drivers too happy.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Yell, no, Monica.
No, Monica. Who?
Yell it.
No, Monica.
There you
What?
go.
What?
Thank you.
Why?
You've been bought for $2.
Oh. No, Monica. All right. Bad acting school is over. Oh, this is cool. So this is where we are right now. We were talking about schools and all this stuff. If you remember Jan Martinborough, I used to, not a whole lot, but Jan Martinborough used to race in some of the leagues that I did. And first it was, I believe, Race Pro, which was on the Xbox. So he doesn't exclusively race on the PlayStation. And of course, as legend goes, he wins the Gran Turismo GT Academy. And next thing you know, he's driving things like this fantastic GTR LM Nismo, which was a great experiment. Ultimately it wasn't competitive, which was a shame, but that sometimes happens when you do something totally different like this car, with front engine, front wheel drive. But anyway, I raced in the series, and Jan is now doing this. This particular video starts out with him driving the Gran Turismo Nissan, the Calsonic one, 20 years ago. And then he wins the competition, and here's him in Japan driving the real car, which is pretty incredible. And I think this might be their ultimate racing car in Japan, is this class. I think they love it over there. And he's doing really good. Can't believe we both used to race in the same sim. And here's him in Japan having a great time. Anyway, the point to all this was, this is kind of a shout out to all of my buddies over the years. This is the logo for F4H Motorsport, which means fight for her. And when I was doing Forza, and I was so desperate to do something more substantial than these little 3-lap races and not getting creamed on the first lap every time, and I started looking for series online, and so I was doing IFCA, International Forza whatever, and that was, so this is a shout out to all the people that have done these independent series to fill in these gaps when the sims that we were racing on did not have a proper series, did not have a proper competition. I was always looking for series that did that had all the assists off, had full damage and all that stuff. And so I found it eventually with IFCA, and there's a guy named GT Don, that's his nickname, who would put on all these great competitions, and then this Spanish Forza team with the most incredibly fast guys said they wanted me on that team, and I said, that's crazy. I'm not that fast, and I don't speak Spanish, but I was one of the first non-Spanish speaking guys that was put on that team, and they've just gone on to win just about everything, and I still keep in touch with them. Here's another, this is what I'm doing now with iRacing, and this is called the 60 Plus Racing League, and everybody is 60 or over. Which, yeah, spoiler alert, that's where I'm at. And they've even got a championship for guys that are like 70 and over, which just boggles my mind. And it's actually like the cleanest league racing I've ever done. These guys are really fast. You might see these names: John Unsby. Anybody in iRacing knows these guys. Manning Grinnan, Steve Kartner. They're all incredibly fast. And on the last race of the season, I managed to finish in the top 10, which is amazing because I missed a whole bunch of races. I got into it at like one race late. So, anyway, so you've got all these things online, and also had, let's see, what was it? Back with George Simmons. George Simmons is now in iRacing, and he ran the thing where Jan Martinborough showed up, and that. So we went from, I think the first thing we raced on was Race Pro, and I won. Jan Martinborough won the independent championship. We had team championships, and then we had independents. And right after Jan left, I won the independent championship, which really wasn't that big a deal because it was a small league. There wasn't millions of guys. But this is what I won. It says race on it, not Race Pro, but this is what I won from it, and a little lanyard. And look at this is all embroidered. So I've saved it. I haven't even worn it because I just thought it was so cool. So anyway, it's just a shout out to all the great people that really work hard and to do all the stuff. And one last thing about iRacing is if you're in the league action, iRacing makes it so easy to do all this stuff. It virtually takes care of itself. All the little paperwork and the spreadsheets you did before, you don't have to do anymore. So let me go on to the next story. But I just had to mention this, and it's great to see Jan doing so great. And this is going to keep continuing. People are going to keep winning championships, getting into real racing, and it's going to be great. It's only going to get better. What else will we have? Oh, this is a post from Tony Gardner, and it's kind of sad. He's kind of confirming that they are no longer going to have the Blancpain, the official series. That is going to Assetto Corsa Competizione. And the cars, the GT3 cars will still be in iRacing. It'll be all that. But it just won't carry the official banner. So things change, but hopefully iRacing bounces back from this. And I just saw something in the forum for the pit crew in their little thing. It's only for the Patreon members, but if you saw this, you couldn't have a straight face. Anyway, I think that's it. I think I've covered all the stories. What do you think, Shaun? Do you think I got it all?
Yeah, I think you covered it all.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be back tomorrow. We'll see. It's a pretty long trek to come out here, so we'll see what happens. Well, that's it. So I'm going to close the show, and I wish you all well. Hope to see you tomorrow, if I'm here. And let me go to the closing video, and I better get it right this time. Let's see, pit stop opening.